What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is iBearDog here, bringing you a gameplay video of Ruckus on some Paladins. And as you can see here, you'll see my build out earlier on. You see me stack into aggression as well, due to the fact that they have a Makoa and a Barrack, and I do a lot of damage. And especially with Ruckus, you can just hold down your trigger and just go to town. You have 200 rounds to do so. Ruckus is quickly becoming one of my favorite characters. It's a fun character to play. He's really meaty, has high sustain, and a good bit of damage there. And this is me just checking out some of his skills. If you have never played Ruckus before, or you're still new to Paladins, it is definitely good to at least test him out in a casual before you step into the competitive with him, or with any champion for that matter. I see a lot of times people playing characters in competitive that they shouldn't be playing because they've never actually played them before in casual, and I at least try to play in casual before I go to competitive, because people care about their ranks in competitive, and I'd rather, you know, do a decent job or somewhat know how to play them and play my role. And that's the big thing with this game, is knowing where your role and how to play them. And that's one of the big things with Ruckus. Yes, he is a tankier character. He has some good life sustain, but he also does some crazy amount of damage. Part of the reason why I stacked into Wrecker between him, Makoa, and Barrack, it is one of those things where I can just do a crazy amount of damage, and I don't think we really have a good support, meaning that we have Pip. And I think Pip is, I don't want to say a troll pick, he definitely is not a troll pick, but I find it hard a lot of times when I've been playing with a Pip on my team that he doesn't do a lot of good damage. At least when I try to play as Pip, I do try to stick around my teammates a little bit more and try to heal them if I do play a Pip. But he's one of those characters that it can be a troll, you know. It's one of those things where if our Pip is not doing what he needs to do, and he's not giving you some good heals, you pretty much don't have a support. You have somebody that could heal you if they felt like it, which I believe in the most recent patch, and they're talking about patch 37, I believe, where they added Shin Lee. I believe that is the new champion's name. I've only played with him, I think, once or twice so far. I've been away on vacation for about a week down in the Dominican Republic, so I really haven't had a chance to play this game much in the last week or so, or even check much of the patch notes out from 37. But I believe they've actually buffed his healing and decreased, I think, his splash damage, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I'll try to leave it in the description box if I can. But if you have played Pip before, I think they're trying to turn him more back into what he should be, which is a support character. He really should not be as strong as he is with his mobility and some of that stuff. As you can see here, it looks like Makoa gets a little ahead of himself. He's trying to chase us off that point. We just back up a little bit here, and I just, you know what, and I'm like, yeah, let them chase. A lot of times with a lot of these newer, I don't say newer players, but people that don't realize that this is a team game, they'll go and chase you, you know, 1v3 or 1v2. So I back up with my teammates and try to get out of the general direction to where they're at. Here I go ahead and pop my ulti because I see a lot of them grouped up. I see looks like Cassie and Ying grouped up there along with Grok, and you know, I was like, you know what, it's a good time to pop my ulti, allow us to get, you know, a little bit more push off the point. Doesn't look like Cassie decided to push back again, and she gets murdered once again, and the Gronk and the Makoa trying to murder them now. And looks like my buddy Irish decided he wanted to do a little bit of a charge at him. He plays a very, very good Fernando. Definitely love when my buddy Irish plays Fernando, because it makes capturing that point so much easier, and he plays his role very, very well. And that's one of the things I get really frustrated at this game, is certain people, you know, obviously I don't want to say you're in this game, you're siloed into certain roles, but there's a reason why there's damage, there's flank, there's tankier characters, there's you know, there's frontline characters. There's a reason behind it, and obviously you can play a variation, you can play it different ways, but there should be ultimately should be a way that you're playing them. And if you're playing them too far out or too past far the norm, then it's not going to be effective, and it's really going to actually hinder your team, and especially in competitive. And that's why I say playing in casual is a good way to find out how to play that character. Here I get a little bit greedy. Probably should have just let myself heal up, and Ying being Ying, you know, you get close range to her and she's just gonna mess your day up, especially when she's by. I think this is the second or third video I've mentioned Ying and her little damn dolls. I don't even know what they're called, because I don't play Ying all that often. I don't even know if I've played a single game with her. It is quite possible that I have not. I really should master all the characters at least to a level 4. But I have certain ones that I like to play, and I've been trying to get my competitive rank up, and each one of them get a little bit higher here. Looks like we have a good team push coming through here. You're gonna get a nice little double kill, and it looks like Sky ended up getting like a nice little triple kill. So we've killed about, I think, 5. I think we killed the entire team there, just about. We're just sitting here waiting to get the push going through here. It looks like we're actually out of time going through the overtime here. They get a nice little killing spree as they run around. I was like, you know what, I got my ulti. Go ahead and destroy some people. Hopefully we'll get some good damage. And Makoa over here pops his ult. Makoa's ult for a tank is just ridiculous because when he gets close range, he just wrecks your face. I don't necessarily agree too much with Makoa's ult. I guess, you know, he doesn't really do all that much damage other than when he does that yank and his, I guess, his shotgun blast almost. It's very similar. He really doesn't do too much. And that's another actual champion that I haven't played all that much, is Makoa. He hasn't really interested me as much. I think there's other characters and other champions that interest me more. He can definitely be I mean, I've seen some Makoas that are very, very good and very big pain to play around. It's really how they play. And that's one of the things you'll run into playing, you know, any public game is, you know, like this or Overwatch or any League of Legends, Dota, any game where there's a variety of ways to play a character. You're gonna see some variation and some pain. You know, some people that play that character very well. Like my buddy Irish plays Fernando, not Fernando. Blanking. Hasn't been a week. Wow, this is a fail. Actually, I think it is Fernando. I'm right. I was thinking of Reinhardt. Wow. Between Overwatch and this has got me a little bit confused. I'm special. Sorry. I'm a little bit special sometimes. I'm a brain farting over here. But a lot of times when I have a damage character, this is the first thing that I like to do anyway, and try to get away, but I can't, is try to get around there and stay back and do some damage, and hopefully some of our frontline characters will... Well, actually, I think Ruckus is a frontline character. We'll go ahead and get some of the damage out. You know, we have my buddy, you know, Irish playing Fernando, so hopefully he'll jump on the point. Give me some shielding. It looks like I think he went around the side to stop some of the flanks and stopping that a little bit more often. But, you know, at this point, when you stack into Wrecker and everything, you do a ridiculous amount of damage, especially with the 200 rounds that you have. So, you know, I'm not trying to sit there and push in because I know that most of my team is not there ready to do a push. And that's one of the things that I see a lot of times is people will go ahead and go in there and they'll push by themselves. I'm just trying to sit here and strafe this corner a little bit, let my buddy go in there, and it looks like this is exactly what I was talking about. We don't have a big group effort going into there for whatever reason. I think a couple of them are dead at this point, and I don't want to go in there all by myself, so I'll sit there and try to be as much of a pain as I can to them and just try to play around the corner. But unfortunately, it looks like I get killed by the group. Like I said, I'll try to be a little bit of a hindrance, play around the corner. I don't try to go at them head on and just, like, you know, balls to the wall, because I know when they stack damage upon damage, even though Makoa doesn't do a crazy amount of damage, he can distract me long enough to where that a Cassie or somebody else can do the good damage, do good damage. I can't speak today. Apparently, it's been a while since I've actually done a commentary. Like I said, I've been on vacation for a week. I can't even right now, guys. I just can't. I just want to go back to Punta Cana and back to the Dominican where it's like 80, 90 degrees versus 50 to 30 degrees up here. I can't. I don't want to be back. I'm not sure about y'all if you've ever been on vacation. And this is one of those things where when I came back, I actually did miss playing some Paladins. It's one of those few times where I'm like, man, I want to actually kind of play this. On a side note, I have been seeing a lot of new Modern Warfare Remastered gameplay. I'm interested, but I don't want to play it on PC. I don't have any other consoles at this point in time. I don't have the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4. I'm purely PC. If any of you have a question to what I play, I'm purely PC at this point. I do want to eventually get over into maybe an Xbox One or PS4. I haven't decided yet, and I really haven't wanted to make that investment. Although the Call of Duty Remastered has been very, very tempting, because between Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2 are probably my two favorite Call of Duties, and that's really what got me into being a console gamer and a gamer in general, was just the multiplayer aspect of it and being able to go ahead and do that. And I think that's what really shaped me in wanting to play first-person shooters and shooters in general. Leave in the comments below what game got you into gaming, like, seriously. Like, I played the Super Nintendo, like Mortal Kombat and stuff when I was a kid, but that's your kid, you know, like you're in a game, you're gonna have fun time. I love, Pokemon, Game Boy and stuff, but I think what really got me wanting to do the YouTube and doing all that stuff was Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. I saw other people doing it. I started off with like a Dazzle. If anybody knows what a Dazzle is, before there was HTTP VRs and Hodgepodge and all the good stuff, there was Dazzles, and that was really crappy quality, and you couldn't even play in HD. You had to use your RGB cables, and any old school YouTubers or anybody that made videos back in that time frame will know exactly what I'm talking about. But back in that time frame, that's what we did. It was definitely missed that old school part of YouTube, which I would kind of taken advantage out a little bit more. But that's okay. back here making Paladins videos back on PC. Eventually I'll do a setup video, I think, at some point in time, not anytime soon. Give you guys my setup, maybe when I get that PS4 or Xbox One. Leave that in the comments below, along with what game got you into gaming, and leave what console you played on, because at the time it was Xbox 360 for me. And what console you think I should get. So you guys get to typing now. Get to typing. If you've made it this far in the video, get to typing and let me know what game console, what game, and what console should I get if I do decide to get on a console. Because right now I'm on PC Master Race only. Back into the gameplay a little bit more here. I stayed back a little bit more because the first time I got obliterated and I wasn't sure if our team was going to be pushing. And honestly, it looks like our Fernando and everything's just flanking a little bit and hit them from a couple different angles. That's one thing that can be really helpful, is hitting them from different angles, not grouping up where they can just stack damage on you. So, you know, if you have people, you know, like Fernando can be really effective flanking if he can actually get the mobility up there. And just to make sure we cap the point, I went ahead and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get my launch for my ulti, and I get to the final tier of Wrecker, because between Makoa and Barrack, I did not want their shields to be lasting at all. It'll help us cap this point a little bit quicker and actually, you know, create a little bit more team synergy going on between Fernando being able to hold him off. I'll shred him by that point in time, get Soldier in on action, get some Pip action going on. Maybe he'll throw some heals our way, which I don't even know if he actually healed us at all. You'll have to look at the scoreboard there, but you know, Pip is, I mean, he is a support player, but man, it doesn't seem like he should be a support, you know. And if he does, they should change. I feel like his vials should, if he shoots it, do heals, so he can either shoot him at the enemy and do damage, or shoot him at you and your teammates and do heal, you know, for depending on how close you are and everything. And I think that would be make him more of a support character. So what, you know, if it hits you, you get heals. If it hits, you know, your teammates, you hit the enemy, you get damage. And that would be fair. I mean, I think that would make him more of a support character. I know that the vial that he drops, they increased it from 1,000 to 1,200. But if you want to make him more of a support character, maybe not a pure support, he could be a mix. You know, he can still do some good damage, kind of like Ying. But his main role is to heal. So if he can go ahead and start shooting, you know, lobbing grenades even from a distance, I think that'll create some nice balance in the game for Pip. Because right now, as Pip as is, I like going back to the troll pick. You know, I've had some good Pips, I've played against some good Pips, but for the most part, I don't consider them very useful in competitive. I think there are other healers like Rover and Ying that, I mean, those are probably the two best healers in the game, but even Gronk to an extent is a better healer if he decides to actually do some healing. But unfortunately, I think people are, you know, they like to play Pip because he is very mobile and he can be very agitating to the other teammate. And for lack of a better word, it'll trigger them, not tickle them, trigger them. But yeah, it'll tick some people off, definitely. It'll be very frustrating to play against a good Pip, but you don't run into good Pips that often that'll, you know, do good damage and harass the enemy team enough, or, you know, do enough healing to even matter or make a, you know, huge difference in the gameplay. Unfortunately, as much as I would like to think that everybody has good intentions going into this game, some people don't care to play the role, some people don't. That's the internet for you. That's the real world. People just don't care. I like to try to play my role when I play the game. I play it seriously. I like to have fun at the same time. If you guys ever do want to play with me, feel free to add me. It is on either Steam or another game or anything else. Generally, everything that I have is going to be iBearDog. So if you want to add me on PC, on Steam, or even on just Paladins, if you do play, I'm assuming you play if you watch this video or are interested in watching or playing this, feel free to add me on Steam at Paladins. iBearDog, just like my YouTube, and I'll go ahead and accept it. I don't really have a problem playing with anybody. If you guys want to even join with TeamSpeak, I do have a website and I do have a TeamSpeak. Just ask for that and we'll go ahead and play on there. If you do have TeamSpeak or anything like that, I don't care if you're UK, English, whatever else, you know. But we'll have to play on North American servers, so if you have a problem with that, sorry, but you're going to have to find somebody else to play with, or just deal with the lag, if there is any lag that goes on. But that is going to be it for this video for me. There is going to be a few minutes left, like 2 or 3 minutes left, so enjoy the rest of the video and check out the scoreboard at the end and my rewards. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, please leave them below and make sure you leave a like. But peace out for now.
healed once by Pip.
Point spawning in 15 seconds. I'm here to win. I'm here to win. 5, 4, 3, I'm here to 2, win. I'm here to win.
Roll. Yeah.
Last one standing wins.
Oh, I just went for the color, but he freaking. There's no shelf in there. Bro. Get on. Oh, he sees his buddy.
Bringing out the big gun.
All we have to do is camp, right? I'm gonna die. Pretty good. Can camp if I die. Oh. We need that cap.
Victory.
Yes, I can't believe we won this game. Good job. Good job, man. Oh, you wanna see my loadout, pro?
Time's ticking.
Come on, my stream wants to see my
Last one
loadout.
standing wins. Victory.
Victory!
Let's show him real quick. Are you still in here, bro? Oh, he's still here. Alright, I'm gonna show him my loadout real quick.